Hey guys, what's up? So I know it's been another hot minute since I've done a video, and I do apologize for that. In case you didn't notice, I did get a haircut and I'm absolutely in love with it, so I just wanted to go ahead and address that. I know I also promised in either my last video or the video before that, I would do an update on the Contour Next thingy, Contour Next meter, and I will get to that hopefully in my next video. I did want to address something. I got, let me get it, Dexcom. So I got this 12-ish days ago. So yeah, I wanted to do a video, and I will get to that video. I got a lot of videos to record, but I will get to the video of like doing a tutorial of how to like insert it and how to like take it out. It is a lot easier than the Freestyle Libre. Let me just go ahead and get that clear. I love it much better than that. But I do have some cons, but in my next couple videos I want to do the Contour Next, and I also want to, sorry if you hear the garage, to do like how do you insert it and how do you take it out. I didn't want to do it the first time. I didn't want to like show you guys how to put it in, how not to, you know, take it out, or how to take it out. You know, the first time I did it because I wasn't for sure myself, and I had to watch a video on it just to educate myself. So yeah, let's go on and get into the pros and cons, and then we'll kind of go from there. Okay, so I got this Friday of last-ish week. My husband had gone out of town for a couple days, and we had decided to go ahead and order it. I will let you guys know my insurance is Cigna, and I had to pay my deductible, which was $500 first, and then they charged a couple $100 on top of that. But I did get a 3-month supply, and it comes in like 3 boxes of looking like this. They also have like separate transmitters, which I will show you what mine looks like. It's this little gray piece that like snaps on, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this is supposed to last for like 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. But I need to like double check on that, because I watched a video last night because I had to take mine out, and I wasn't for sure. All right, let me get some water. Give me a second. Okay, anyways, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I haven't watched like a little tutorial thing. It comes with like a pamphlet like this, which has literally all the steps of how to put it in. And then it comes with a, I don't know if it's like a little chip. I should have gotten it, but it's okay. It's a little chip that you put in, and you can watch it, I think, on your computer. So that's another thing. Okay, so this is what the little, sensor thing looks like. If you can't tell, like there is 2 sticky pads. You have a sensor code, so whenever you get your Dexcom sensor, and I do have the app, and I personally prefer the app over this because I just like to have my phone. I always have my phone instead of this. I just started a new sensor a while ago, but you have to scan your code or enter it on your little device thingy, and then after you do that, it takes 2 hours to warm up. Pro of the Dexcom, you don't have to wait 12 hours-ish like you did the Freestyle Libre. I think it was 12 hours. So that's not bad at all, just to do, you know, 2 hours. You can just prick your finger, or if you're feeling fine, you don't have to take your sugar. So I really, really like that. And usually after 2 hours, see, I don't know if it'll, oh, crap. Zoom in, yeah. So it'll say 2-hour warm up. You will not receive alerts, alarms, or sensor glucose readings until finished. If you look at the app, which I'm actually recording this on my phone, so unfortunately I can't show you guys the app. It'll say the same thing. It'll have like a countdown, like an hour or an hour and 30 minutes, so on and so forth. And then you will get a notification on your phone. And sometimes if your sugar is low or high, it will beep. Another thing that I really like about the Dexcom is that you can basically customize it to yourself. So it does automatically alert you with a urgent, as they call it, urgent low glucose, which is 55 or below. So 55 or below, you're pretty low. You really need to do something about it. Mine also usually alerts me if I am below 60, I want to say 65 or 60. And I put it that way, so I don't know if you guys know this or not, but with Dexcom, you're about 15 minutes behind. So if your sugar is at 70 and it has an arrow like going down like this, more than likely you're already at a pretty urgent low. So you really got to be careful of that. So I would always set mine, or I will set mine, at 60, or I want to say I set it at 65, just so it'll alert me. Now, I'm not even kidding, guys. These alarms are freaking loud. and you can't turn them down. Even if your phone is on do not disturb, it'll automatically go off. So if your sugar is at 70, like while you're asleep, and then for some reason it keeps going down and keeps going down, and you're at that 55 mark, or if you're at that 60 or 65 mark, it'll go like super loud, like a freaking fire alarm, it reminds me of. So that's really cool. The only thing that sucks, if you're asleep, you're getting it on your phone and your receiver. So you get it double. So that's, I mean, it's good, but at the same time, like, I wish, like, some of them wouldn't go off as much. Another thing I have set is you can set it for a high alarm. So if you are at like 180, you can set it to go off at 180. I personally did 200 because I'm pretty cautious of watching my sugar every so often. So I was like, I'll just do it then. If I see it going up to like 160 and it has the arrow going straight up like this or like this, then I'll know, hey, you know, you need to make a correction. And it does alarm you. I've never had it happen, hit 200 yet in a couple days. Not really a couple days, but the last couple weeks that I've had the sensor. But yeah, that's another thing. So pros and cons of this thing. So personally, I really like this. I have a big problem with one thing with Dexcom. And then my first problem is I don't know what happens in the 24 hours that you have this on you. Like, I'll show it to you guys real quick. I'll show it to you in a second because I want to show you the mark it made. So my problem with Dexcom. The first 24 hours of using your sensor, your sugars are jacked up. So the first day I used my sensor, which was when my husband was gone, and he could actually see my sugar, you can share it. That's another really cool feature that I really, really like of Dexcom, is you can share it. So like my sister, my husband, my mom, and my dad all can see my sugar and my trends. So that's really cool, and it'll alert them too if I'm like low. Another thing that's what I was going back to. Another thing is that it was so bad. So I had my friend over and we're watching a movie and my sugar hit 49 out of nowhere. And I'm thinking, I don't feel like my sugar's 49, but you know, I'll go ahead and make a correction because I had like full faith in this at first. And so I ate some, or I think I drank some grape juice. Then I was feeling fine. And then like 2 seconds later, it was not even 2 seconds. Okay, like 20 minutes, it was still low. All right, guys, you know, as a diabetic, you're supposed to, you know, take care of yourself. Like, if you've got a low sugar, you're supposed to do something, wait 15 minutes, and then do something again. So I knew drinking a fourth a cup of grape juice or a half a cup of grape juice, whatever I had, would have fixed it. And for some reason, it didn't. So I was like, okay, maybe we're just having some off numbers. So I pricked my finger with my Contour Next meter. And my sugar, like, it was saying I was at 49 and still going down. And my sugar was actually like 125. That's a very big jump. That's like almost 100. So I wasn't very fond of that. And I've realized it even throughout the day. I pricked my finger just because I was like, something is not right. So I kept checking it. After like the first 24 hours or like 12 hours, I want to say it was 24, I was back to normal. Like, it was maybe 3 numbers off, and then it was completely like regular with what my finger prick was, like the blood sample. So I don't know. That's super weird. And I was like, let's try this again. So last night I did another sensor. I wasn't actually supposed to change it till tomorrow, but I wanted to have my husband here just in case for some reason something went wrong, or I'd like to have someone here. I don't know, I'm weird. Anyways, so I put it in last night, and I don't know why I hesitated, because it doesn't really hurt. Like, you feel like the little needle go into you, but it's not like the Freestyle Libre. The Freestyle Libre like hurt. So let me just show you guys real quick. And I have gained weight, so no judgment. Anyways, so this is what this looks like. It is very small. You can see it if you're really looking, but if you're not looking, that's okay. But this is the mark it made on my stomach from the last one. Now, it does say if you're 18 or older, you need to have it like right here. If you're 17 and younger, you need to I think it's at your back or right here. I put this one on last night, and it already looks like this. And if you see bruises on my stomach, that's from the insulin. But yeah, I had to take it off from last night because I don't know what happened. I guess I hesitated too much, and then like my husband saw it. Like blood, you could just see like blood just like getting into the little hole, I guess, where you can see the wire. I know I'm like all over the place, but this was the transmitter that I was talking about. This thing's the last. You just gotta pop it out. And like when I do the insertion video, like you guys will be able to tell how to take it out properly and make sure you're not like going to destroy it since it does last for so long. So that no problem with that. But there was just a lot of blood last night, and it legit hurt compared to the first time. Like, excruciating pain. And I was like, what is happening? I couldn't bend over. And I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. You know, it's bedtime anyways, so I'll be able to check my sugar probably around 11:30ish, maybe a little bit later. Not a problem. So then I lay down, and it was like last night, I don't know what happened. My sugar was saying it was 49. I pricked my finger, it was 119. And this was at 1 o'clock in the morning. The thing went off at 2 saying there was a signal issue. Went off at 3 saying there was some trouble issue to wait up to 3 hours and it would kick back in. So I did that, and then it was saying it was 69. And like, I was all over the world. And if you looked at my graph, like, I wish I still had the one. If you looked at my graph, it looked like it almost hit 200 last night. And it was telling me it was 69, but how does that make sense that my graph was up so high and the numbers were so low? That's something that's that 24-hour window that makes no sense. And then today, another incident happened where it was saying my sensor expired. And I'd had it on for less than 24 hours. So that was another thing that I wasn't a huge fan of. I don't really know what happened. I don't know if the blood messed up the sensor. It could have been. But this time when we put this one in, there was no blood. So I don't want to like freak you guys out saying it's terrible. It's not at all. I would honestly recommend sitting down, because sitting down, I don't know if it's like, that sounds weird, but it's like the fats right here. So it's just all right here, and then you do it yourself. I had my husband do it. I've done it myself too, so no worries. You can do either or. The only thing is I'd suggest, if you have it right here, like my left side's the one that bled. If you have it right here and you're just waiting, like you're scared to hit the button, it's gonna hurt worse. I did that last night, and that's when I started bleeding. So I don't recommend to do that. So other than that, those are my only cons. It's the 24-hour window. Your sugars are gonna be jacked up, so prick your finger. And the second one I have is that the alarms, like, they're great, and like, as a pro, I love the alarms, but at the same time, I don't like the alarms because, like, I was having, like, you should always check your sugar for sure, but I was at a wedding yesterday, and I didn't want my alarms to go off crazy during a wedding, so I had my phone app on the entire time to make sure it didn't go me, because it's really loud and really distracting. So, I mean, it's good if you're asleep, or, I mean, it's great anyways to keep up with your sugar, but at the same time, it is a bit much, but I'm not saying it's terrible. The pros of this is absolutely pretty much anything else. The insertion doesn't help, doesn't hurt, except for last night. It's a lot better than the Freestyle Libre. It's not bulky, like you can see it if you're looking for it, but not a problem. It did last for almost 10 days, which the Freestyle Libre never did for me, pretty much, except the first time I was wearing it. The only thing is, like, you can shower with it, and I Googled. If someone knows better about Dexcom than I do, I Googled it, and it said you can wear Dexcom up to 24 hours in 8 feet of water and it still work. Well, wait, it won't work after that. If you've been in water that long and that deep, it won't work, which I don't expect anyone to be in water for 24 hours. But yeah, so that should be fine. I did notice after probably day 5, it started to, the plastic right here started, not plastic, like the adhesive right here started to roll up a little bit, and it'd get caught. After like day 3, I noticed it was more there. Like the first couple of days, I didn't realize it was there, but like it would get caught, not necessarily caught on clothes, but like, I don't know, you're like hit a chair by accident, or if you're carrying like water on your side or something and you just, you know, move it a little bit. I felt it move more that time because it was becoming a little bit looser than the first couple days. Other than that, I love this product. I love not pricking my fingers. My fingers are healing. That is great. The only like suggestion I have is don't put your sensor on before bed, because you're gonna get alarms and you're not gonna sleep. Like me and my husband didn't sleep at all last night because of that. Another suggestion, sit down, because I don't know what it is about sitting down when you press on it, but it's much better. Always make sure, and they tells you in the directions, like wash your hands before, make sure it's completely clean. Alcohol swabs, the transmitter, the little gray slot thingy, you have to make sure that's clean every single time. After you set it up the first time, it is very, very easy to like put another coat on there, because the first time you have to put like the gray thing, the coat on that. And just to let you know, the gray coat is on the back of the little sensor thing. It's also on the box that comes with it. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so just the second one, you just have to do this code right here, and you can take a picture of it. You don't actually have to put it in if you're using your phone, but you do have to actually put in the numbers manually in your receiver thing. Yeah, lost it there. So the second time putting, or the second, third, plus time, as long as you're wearing that transmitter, you are good to go. So don't worry about that. Trying to think, is there anything else that would help? I just want to do like a quick review, and I know this video is going insanely long, but it is very, very, very nice to have a product where you're not pricking your finger. It doesn't break you out, and I showed you guys it barely left any mark on me, at least the one that didn't bleed. So the one that did bleed did leave a mark, but it'll heal. The Freestyle Libre, if y'all remember from my videos, I had like welt on my arm, and it was insanely itchy. I'm not itchy with this. It doesn't hurt. Like, taking it off is not as painful as the Freestyle Libre. I mean, you're still taking off like a band-aid is what it feels like, and it's like slowly ripping off of the band-aid, but it's not bad at all. Like, I'd give this product a million thumbs ups because it is so good. Like I said, just watch your sugar that first 24 hours. My next couple of videos, I will do like the insertion. How do you put it in there? Give me a couple days because I just put this one in, so about 10 days. It does last 10 days in case you didn't know. And then like another cool thing is that I noticed is that, oh, I didn't know it was on here. They have Dexcom Clarity. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Dexcom Clarity is basically where your health provider can look at your sugars. So they won't check it, which I reached out to my doctor because I was having a lot of lows. They will take care of you. Like, they see all your data as long as you give them permission, and you like literally tell them, I want you to look at my sugars. Like, you have to tell them that or they won't do it, the healthcare provider. My doctor was like, if you're not needing my help, if you're good to go, I will not look at your sugars. But if you go to the doctor wanting a checkup, they can see all your data, which is just insanely cool. That was a really hard word to say, but it was really cool that my doctor was like, hey, don't worry about it, I will take care of it. I got a 3-month supply. My insurance will pay 90% now since I've paid my deductible, and then like once I've reached my out-of-pocket expense, it will be 100% covered. So like, guys, it's worth it. It does look like this until you put the gray slip in there, and it's okay. Like I said, 2 hours to warm up. I should be reaching my 2 hours to warm up moment, hopefully in about 30 minutes or so. Another thing is you do have to charge this pretty regularly. I did notice that as a little charge thing, and it does come with the charger, which is over there. So I charge mine usually at night and charge it up. Another thing is it makes you do like speed test or sensor test, speaker test. So it'll like beep 3 times usually when you charge it up, just to make sure you heard it, and it'll vibrate to make sure like it's actually working. I've had that, I don't think I've had it on the app once, but I've had something pop up saying continue to app. So you can do that too. Just make sure you create an account first thing with Dexcom, so it'll track all your data and kind of go from there. Now, I know this video has been very sporadic and it didn't just focus on like the pros and cons, but like that's okay. I expected this to be a pretty long video because I wanted to tell y'all my honest opinion, which I love it. I just wish it was a little bit better, and maybe, I know they're coming out with a lot of like, they're at G5, G4, now they're at G6. Maybe the next Dexcom product can focus more on, you know, making your sugars more accurate that first, you know, as soon as it warms up, it is completely accurate. I don't know why it takes 5 years. Well, it doesn't take 5 years, but it takes like 24 hours to get completely, I don't know, maybe it has to be suited to your body. I have no idea. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, I'm learning too. If y'all have any advice, please give it to me. Let me know if y'all have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. I'll do those next couple of videos, so if y'all get Dexcom, please let me know, because I'd love to help you guys out as much as I can, because, you know, I felt like I was kind of on my own, you know, watching these videos that they provide, but at the same time, like, it's easier to have someone that, like, you follow or something like that that shows you, like, if it's going to be great or not, if it's worth the money, and I definitely think it is. So if you have any questions, and also if you like these reviews or just talk through videos, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye, guys.